To another Music Maker guitar video. Happy 335 Thursday. Please like and subscribe and leave me a comment if you like what you're seeing here. I thought today I'd do another slide guitar lesson. I just think this 335 sounds so awesome with the slide, and I'm using my Tronzo slide tuning today, which I learned from Dave Tronzo. It's actually E, it's almost standard tuning. E, A, D, G, B, D. So the top string is a D. Gives you this cool, like, people talk about doing open tunings, like E open tuning, G open tuning, and playing like that. For me, like, I lose, like, all of the pentatonic scales that I've learned, and, like, all those, like, shapes, like, where things are. I lose all that information if I retune the whole guitar like that. But if I just retune this one string, top D, you get like a nice, you get that like open chord, so you have like a little bit of capability with that, but then the rest of the guitar stays, you know, relatively familiar for those of us who practice standard tuning. So I really like that tuning. I think he said he learned that from Little Feat. Don't know if that's 100% true, but I'm pretty sure I remember that's what him saying at Berkeley. So that said, that's like top, I call it top D tuning. But again, like I tell my students to remember their notes, like Eddie, 8, dynamite, goodbye, Eddie. This sentence would still work, it's just the last word changes. Eddie, 8, dynamite, goodbye, dynamite. You know, so it's the same thing, basically. But what's really cool and what he kind of taught me to do a lot was to, instead of using triads, to use DIADS. It's just 2-note chords. And what's really cool about them is if you're careful, you'll notice that you get more melodic music using less content, which can be really, really helpful. And especially when you go to harmonize later and add more notes, it makes everything stronger if you're using like 2 really strong melodies instead of like some kind of like weak chord voicings that make a chord progression that you like. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what's awesome about it. There's a little bit of mystery to it too, because like if I choose 2 notes, and this is kind of how I started with them, is I would choose 2 notes that work with a slide, right? I'm playing fret 5 with it, and then D string and B string. I'm leaving everything else silent. So that sounds like it could be anything. Like to me, I'm hearing like a C chord. That's the first thing that comes to mind, right? But then you could also be thinking like A minor or even A7. Like both of those notes work in there. You could be thinking something spicy like augmented major 7, right? Or like you could be thinking like this, like an Earth, Wind, and Fire kind of chord. So there's like all kinds of different ways you can like harmonize that. Or it could be a diminished chord. Like there's so many different options for these things. So like by just choosing 2 notes and leaving whatever the third note is to be like a mystery, which you can either later decide with a finger that's not using the slide, or it can be like your bass player in your band is choosing the third note. However you want to like arrange that is kind of up to you. But choosing just two notes that work really well melodically, I think can get you a lot further sometimes than just like chucking through triads or trying to figure out major seven chords that work. Like sometimes that's just too many notes. It adds too much to the palette and it takes away some of the mystery. And I think a really important part of music is like mysticism. So if you can inject a little bit of that with this dyad stuff, I think that's a really, really helpful tool. And the dyads can be anything. Like this is a dyad. It's not a great sounding one that I would just like sit there and listen to over and over again, but like just changing notes with that. You can do this without a slide. Right? Like those little dyads can create kind of like, they can evoke something. And I'm just playing things that are kind of random now, just finding sounds. I'm practicing a little bit myself, what can I say? But, you know, that said, I think it's really, really important to explore this territory. It'll force you into this world of being more melodic and choosing two notes that maybe like make their own counterpoint, they make their own melodies. So check out dyads. There's all kinds of them. You can spread them out far. You can have them real close like that one I was just doing. But whatever you do, just experiment with them. Have fun, make melodies, and have a great rest of your Thursday. I'm going to go ahead and play myself out. Just have a great Thursday. Have a great day. Have a great week. Keep your head out of the social media and the screen time and the politics, and focus on some guitar today. Have a good one. By the way, if you want some more in-depth lessons, if you want to learn like scales, chords, triads, shapes, things like that, go to my website, musicmakerlessons.com. There's a link in the description.